Hi, welcome to Yoga with Mom. I'm Jen and I'm so happy to see you today. I hope you had a nice breakfast and drank a bunch of water and you're ready to really work it out today. It's a really good one. Alright, as always, make sure you're on a nice comfortable chair and you're nice and firmly seated so you have lots of ability to move those arms and legs today. Perfect. Alright, once you're ready, we'll get going. Alright, so we'll start like we always do. Lean that right ear towards our right shoulder. Take a nice deep breath in. And then we're gonna lean that left ear towards that left shoulder. You go really breathe. And try to sit up nice and tall. Bring our right ear to our right shoulder. We want to stay as tall as we can, really growing that spine nice and long. And then we'll bring our left ear to our left shoulder. There we go, nice and tall. All right, let's bring that right ear back to the right shoulder. And I'm gonna touch the ear to the shoulder, and I'm gonna reach my left arm away. There you go. And here you can wiggle your fingers if you'd like, or just stretch, stretch, stretch. But the goal is to keep your ear kissed to your shoulder and really reach away. There you go, you look great. All right, keep wiggling. All right, let's take a deep breath in together. And we're gonna make our way to the other side. So I'm gonna drop my left hand down to my lap. My left ear is gonna touch my left shoulder and my right arm reaches out long. And I'm gonna wiggle those fingers. There you go. Just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle and stretch. There you go. Really keep stretching and reaching. Fantastic, you're looking great. Keep wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Take a nice deep breath in. And as we exhale, we'll make our way back to center. All right, perfect. So far, we're doing great. All right, let's interlock our fingers. Okay. And I want you to push your palms out. My palms are facing back towards my body, but I want to pretend I'm holding a big old beach ball. So I'm hugging on a ball. So it's a big old, yeah, there we go. So hug on in tight. Push those elbows out, but we're gonna use our hands to glue them really tight together and pretend we're hugging that beach ball. And we're gonna bring it up overhead, keeping our arms in that nice ball. There you go, gently shifting side to side. There you go, side to side. Just keep the movement going a little bit longer. Just remembering to keep those elbows a little bit bent. We're still holding that beach ball and it's trying to get away, so you gotta squeeze it in. Perfect. Now I want you to stop in the center. We're gonna twist our torso to our right side, keeping those elbows apart and still holding that ball. There you go. Really try to twist. Twisting that right elbow back as far as you can. And then we'll move our way through center. And then move to the left. There we go. Really twisting to the left. Very nice. Keeping those elbows separated. Let's move our way back to center. And we're going to go one more time to both sides. So bring that beach ball to the right. Stretch, 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 stretch. Don't give up. You're doing so good. Stretching is so good for just building strength. Take a nice deep breath in. We're going to move through the center and then back to the left. There you go. Stretch. Great. You're looking so good. All right, and back to the center. Perfect. Let's drop those arms. Shake out your shoulders a little bit. Yeah, that was a good one. I feel a lot of muscle movement in those upper arms. You probably felt that too. It's pretty nice, huh? Well, there we go. Well, all right, let's move down to our legs and give our arms a bit of a break because we have a bunch of arm workouts today. So we're gonna really work those arms. So let's get our legs moving. We're gonna start right off with our marches that we love doing, marching up and down, lifting the knees and stomping the feet down. Perfect. Up and down, up and down. Very nice. Stomp those feet. Perfect. And you can go as fast or slow as you want. You can hold on to the chair and keep yourself supported and try to keep your back as straight as possible. There you go, you look great. We'll keep it going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. All right, let's bring both of our feet down to the ground, keeping our back nice and straight. Our shoulders are back. And I'm gonna hold on because our next move is to put our feet up on the balls of the feet. Drop our heels, lift the balls of our feet or our toes. We want to kind of pretend we're stepping into a pair of high heels. So up to the toes, down to the flat feet. Very nice. To the toes, flat feet, toes, flat feet. We're going to keep going, lifting up to our toes and flattening our feet. A few more times. Very good. Up and down, up and down, up and down. One more, up and down. Very nice. Okay, now we're gonna do something a little bit challenging, but you've done it before, so I know you can do it again. Keep yourself planted on your seat. Hold on to this bottom of our chair or onto our arms, wherever we feel most comfortable. And I want you to lift your knees up. If you can glue them together and lift them together, that's fantastic. But if it's better for you to pick up one knee and then the other, that's perfect. Or if it's just a bit too challenging today, we can do one leg at a time and then switch. All right, so whatever feels better for you today, that's what you're gonna choose to do. I wanna bring both of my knees up. So I'm gonna bring up one and then the other, and now they're gonna glue nice and tight. I can use these arm rests to support my upper body. There you go. I'm very gently leaning on it. I'm trying not to use too much. I want to use my core strength to help me keep my balance here. But be very, very careful. This is very tricky, so I want you to stay nice and supported, but using your hands. And don't try to be risky. I'm not leaning forward in my chair. If anything, I'm gonna tip backwards, which is perfect because the back of the seat's right there to catch me. All right, so keep holding those knees up. All right, let's set them down. Give ourselves a bit of a break because we've had them up for quite a while. All right, and if you were just doing one knee at a time, I want you to switch to the other knee now. All right, we're gonna take a deep breath in. And then when we exhale, we'll bring those knees back up. There we go, looking good. All right. And just to make this a little bit more intense, I want you to flex your feet and then point those toes. Flex the feet, point the toes. Flex, point, flex, point. Very good. Flex and point, flex and point, flex and point, flex and point. One more, flex, point, and then slowly let's set those feet down to the ground. Very nice. All right, now we're gonna do one of my favorite twists. So you need to make sure your feet are planted nice and firmly on the ground, just a few inches apart. You can go up to shoulder width apart for your feet on the ground, but make sure they're very stable and you feel very stable in your chair. We're gonna be leaning and twisting. So I need you, without your hands, to be able to twist a little bit. So if you need to pull your seat further back, sitting further up on the seat, whatever you gotta do, just be mindful of your balance. So I want you to bring your palms together in prayer. Yes. And then we're gonna gently lean forward. And I'm gonna take the outside of my left elbow and touch the outside of the right knee. If I can't get all the way over there, that's okay. I just want that elbow to touch the knee. If the elbow goes on the knee, that's perfect. And I want to keep my hands in the prayer position, but if that's too tricky, I can hold on to my chair. My goal really is to have the elbow on the knee. So see what works for you today. Every day is a little bit different for us. And once you have your elbow on your knee, you can just gently push that left elbow into your knee, gently twisting your back. I want to look at my fingers if I can, and just gently twist. As I breathe, I go a little bit deeper in my twist, but I'm also very mindful of my balance and my bottom on my seat. My feet are very firmly planted on the ground. They're not going anywhere. All right, let's take one more deep breath together. And then we're gonna exhale, make our way back to our seated position, and we're gonna switch sides. So I've got my hands in prayer. Perfect. And then I'm gonna bring the outside of this right elbow to the outside of my left knee. Touching, or even just on top, and gently twist. My feet are planted. My bottom is planted. I'm gently twisting, feeling a nice twist in that hip, my low back, all the way up to my top of my back. Being very gentle, but just pushing into my elbow, pushing into my hands, letting my body do the work without actually feeling like I'm working. All right, you're doing great. Let's take one more deep breath in together. And then as we exhale, we're gonna let those hands go and roll back up to a seated position. All right, good. That was a really good twist. That's one of my all-time favorites. You did great. All right, so our next move is gonna be a little bit more gym-like and a little bit less yoga-like. So what I want you to do is bring your palms up, facing the wall in front of you, and we're gonna push away. Bring it back, really pulling those shoulder blades all the way down your back close together, and then push those arms straight and forward, pushing away, rounding your spine out towards the area behind you. Bring those palms in towards the chest, and then push out. In and out. In and out. In and out. Perfect. All right, looks like it's starting to rain, so we're gonna have to finish up our session today kind of quick. So I want you to reach up above your head, and we're gonna pretend we're doing pull-ups. So grab into fists and pull, and then reach up, down and up. We really want to bend those elbows at a nice 90 degree, really work those arms, and up, down and up, down and up, down and up, down and up. All right. I was really hoping it was going to stop, but I don't think it's going to. All right. You know what? Let's bring our hands together in our heart center. As much as we love the beautiful weather and being outside, sometimes April and May showers bring out the flowers, right? All right. Well, thank you for joining us today for our short Yoga with Mom class. I hope you stay dry, and I'm going to go inside and get dry myself. Take care, and I'll see you so soon. Bye.